Sandra.
Good evening.
Hi.
Isaac, I have a question. I know for you there is no you or me. Nevertheless, the question is if being with someone in the family or at work who has a very strong activation, where is the focus? What in that moment can you say what you are feeling or focusing on or seeing?
Yeah, I don't know if there's like an automatic, because it's in a way it's like always different, isn't it? In your experience.
Yeah.
So if there's an activation in someone and there's a bunch of nuances there, if that activation is projecting onto you, that's one thing. If it's just an activation and they're there and they would like presence or some way of being assisted with that, that's another possibility. So to me it always seems like it's relational to what's going on in a way, and then there's always like some noticing of what gets touched in this system. So it's like, okay, there's activation, and then there's a knowing that there's nothing that I need to do, but yet there's a willingness to kind of be in connection with it if it's asked for. But it can be sometimes you see an activation that's going on and there's no interest in exploring it or anything, and so then it's just like, okay, I see, and maybe not even saying anything, just.
Yeah, exactly, and that is what I was asking for, because that's sometimes very difficult then for this system to deal with it.
Yeah, especially because in a way, it's like in your function, there's kind of somehow the idea that you're supposed to assist or supposed to do something.
Yes.
But yeah, to me, it's like if the interest here is just being lovingly present. That's it, with everything. So, and then if something shows up within that's in tune with the other person's signals, I'll put it like that. Yeah, the signals that are coming. But it's beautiful, here we are, we have this interest to meet life beautifully, and actually to meet with the invitation of peace. It seems like that's the very best that we can offer.
Yes.
Then all the training and the skillful means or something might come in, but it's like it's within whatever else is going on. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. When people come to see you, I assume that they're coming because they want to come and not because they have to come.
Yeah, most of them.
You know, this, that, yeah, most of them. So they come because something's going on in them and they would love, you know, some presence or insight or some way of learning how to meet it in a different way than they have been up to that point.
Yeah, well, at work, it's like they come because they want to get a job. So it's completely different. As a freelancer, yes, they come because they want to look at something, and but at work in my job, it's like they just want to get a job. So it's completely different setting. But what became clear was that also there it's about
different paradigm, yeah.
So thank you very much. So that was it's complete different to be with them. I can see that. And now I would love to sit with you and the field with loving presence.
Yeah. And the resonance and it's just so beautiful. It's just vulnerable, honest, present.
Yeah, and it's so awesome because when the system gets identified or something identifies with the system, it's like everything gets narrow again. And like this being just loving presence, it's like, wow, it's yeah. Thank you so much.
Oh, just a beautiful gift for me too. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you all.
Samuel.
Hi.
Greetings. And when we're just resting here like this, what do you notice, if anything?
The body is shaking a little bit. There's a feeling into a sense of borderlessness, and then the sensations. Um, um, it's like this sense of being the body, and then feeling the borderlessness, and then feeling I'm this body, and it's a back and forth.
So without any judgment, any good or bad or right or wrong or anything like that, just very gently noticing, how would you describe the invitation that your system is inviting at this moment?
It it feels like a pushing away of your
Yeah,
system. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so cool. Just a big, because that's how it feels, yeah. And so it's like, it's great to make it conscious. Nothing wrong with it. It's just that's what the system is doing at this moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how does your system sense the invitation that's coming through me or through the system?
Yeah. That there's no need to put up this defense. That I'm welcome here.
Yeah, yeah. And it's so that whatever is happening is not something that is consciously being decided on. Or you just notice that something's happening that shows up as a pushing away.
Thanks for allowing my system to try to push you away as much as possible. and, and still Still that
Let-
love.
Yeah, that pushing away is, I would just say it's like all of us have different patterns that show up as expressions of not feeling safe, of not feeling at peace. And so it's usually a mixture of I want to really meet deeply and don't come too close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for revealing this. And
Thank you.
I'd love to give you a warm hug right now.
I can imagine it. It's as close as we can to actually just imagine the actual physical touch of having arms around each other and just breathing together for a few breaths.
Hmm. Getting all frozen again.
Yeah, it's good just to name it and notice it. Yeah, just now it doesn't feel like it's going in the direction of a freeze. Something is thawing out quite nicely
Yeah.
in my
Yeah.
sensing. Yeah. Okay, Sandra.
Thank you.
Thank you. Birgitta. Hi. You need to unmute, Birgitta.
Unmute. Yeah, sorry, saw it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, good to be with you again.
Yeah, perfect.
I want to sit with you and bring something in that is really hard for me. It's hard to speak.
Take your time. Maybe it's not even necessary to speak, to see.
Well, in general, I'm pretty good and I can handle all the things, say in life, really in an equal inner state, so peaceful and. But then when it comes to all the corona measurements and affecting my children, it's really hard.
Yeah.
So
I can understand.
So last week, my granddaughter from 1.5 years old got into a protocol invented by the government that when a leader of the childcare center gets sick, the whole group has to go in quarantine 5 days, and then after 5 days get a test. Babies from 6 months to 3 years. And I try to be available for my son and his wife to babysit, so she could take the whole 10 days for, and not going testing. But they went away anyway. And then they said, well, we're going to get our vaccination anyway. And that's when I really felt very strongly, this was last Sunday, that I don't know if I want to be around to witness all the effects of it. A really strong death wish.
Yeah.
And it comes up in a split second, but it rattles my system. And then
And you see it.
And I see it, and then the system does what it does, and I get a new outbreak. And then
yeah, it's stressful.
It's stressful, yeah. So I really, as I have no plan to kill myself, that's not in my wish, but it is something that is triggered, that is so much self-hate then, or self-destructive at that moment. So that's what I want to bring in when I want to sit with you right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Or if you have anything else to inquire into, I'm really open.
Okay. in a way, to me, it seems like it's fairly common that people don't really want to be here, but they also don't want to kill themselves. So it's like, yeah.
Why is it?
Funny.
Yeah, because they rather be
Oh,
in oneness, divinity.
in a way, yeah, it's just like, the way society has moved hasn't been about really living each moment, meeting the beloved.
No.
It's more been into this orientation of not really wanting to be here and kind of waiting with luck for a better experience, or waiting to somehow come out of the shit.
Yeah.
So it's I'd say there's a lot of people or expressions of life called people that's the filter that life gets lived through or seen through or like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So just it's coming up in you, and just as you're present to it, just recognize that there's millions of people that are in the same boat, in that same.
Yeah.
You just, and this inquiry is for everyone that's kind of in that. And just, not to change it, not to fix it, not to pick up some spiritual concept to.
Yeah.
So you just, and then this is what's showing up,
Yeah, and I feel very vulnerable in bringing it up. I feel.
Yeah. If you like, just for can be useful. Let's just go to gallery view for a moment. And we can just check how many people know that sense of not wanting to be here, but also not wanting to kill themselves. It's like it's not really, you can see it's quite a few people who've got their hands up. It's, it plays a lot. Yeah. So just wanted you to see that, so that I come back to be just with you. Oops.
Thank you. That was
So,
really
you're just the voice for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're just here. And we're just exploring this territory. Just not needing to change it, not needing to fix it. Just here. Just here. Is there any sensations that are enjoyable in this moment? Any place where there's some...
It's like my seeing, my eyesight is going from restricted, more blocked insight into open and connecting, and then there's a whole relaxation in my system which opens up to you. It's like I was looking at you but not seeing you, and now I'm seeing you. I cannot express it.
Yeah. No, I get it. I really get it. Yeah. So we can see that, like there's a certain
Contraction.
habit of attention that feels really heavy, and it's like, it's like, oh, it's just, yeah.
Yeah, and it was an undercurrent. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the other side, it's just like a little shift of attention, and then everything's fine. It's weird, or it starts to get enjoyable even. It's like,
yeah, there's still a bit of a knot in my stomach. I feel like a tension there.
Yeah, I can feel. Yeah, just let it.
I like you. Oh, just let it. What the fuck?
As far as I can tell, we're not doing anything in particular, but somehow life is it's changing, whatever it is.
Yeah. I feel it's the whole system is more present.
Yeah.
Every cell is more here. It's more.
Well, yeah.
It's I can still feel, say, traces of the heaviness, but it's not important or not on the foreground.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you experience?
So again?
Then what do you experience?
Yeah, just like that. It's just like resting together, and it starts to just be enjoyable, just to be here together. Just.
Yeah.
And what's always interesting to notice is that nothing outside changed. just somehow our focus shifted, and then, it's a whole different universe, a different felt sense of the moment.
Yeah. It does. It's totally changed.
Yeah.
I can feel the heart and the love and the light present, very present.
Yeah.
So if I'm not in a meeting and I'm experiencing this, I can just say sit with it.
Yeah, it's funny to try and plan something ahead of time for something that's not happening. But, yeah,
Oh, these tricks of the mind. Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
Sorry. Yeah.
no worries. I mean, I know somehow
And then believe it's
there's
true. Yeah.
there's that aspect that wants to have a formula or have sort of like, so then it doesn't stay really fresh in the moment. It's
Thank you for the reminder.
yeah, thank you.
Thank you for your time, Isaac.
Thanks, Brigitte. Yeah. Good.
Appreciate it.
Okay, Leilani and then Sylvie.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi, Leilani.
There's this movement here that's going very fast. And I haven't slept for the last 2 nights, so I don't know what's happening, but it feels like there's just this racing inside.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It is an old pattern,
Yeah.
comes and goes.
Yeah.
Feels like terror.
Yeah. So it's probably a good idea just to check around you and see if there's anything to be afraid of right now in this moment. I mean,
Nothing.
nothing. Yeah. So you can see it's kind of old information playing out. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And beautiful. Let's just rest with it and nothing to understand or solve or anything. Just including it. But I'm happy to feel this with you and just hold
Thank you.
hands in it. Yeah. in a way, a funny thing to ask, but is this the terror of an adult, or is this a terror of a child or a baby?
Baby.
A baby, okay.
Yeah.
So really old information, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. And who knows related to what? All we know is that somewhere in the nervous system there's that imprint or residue or whatever we want to call it. But it's not related to this moment. It's related to some old information and then our thinking of what could or might happen.
I have an idea, but
Yeah.
who knows?
Who knows? That's the bottom line. It's a sensation, yeah.
It does feel like mother.
Mm. So, it can be ancestral, it can be when we were in the womb, it can be, many things. But all we know at this moment is a fast-moving vibration. Yeah. Is it the same as when we started, or is it a little bit different now?
No, it's changed.
It's changed, yeah. You can see how, anything that can change that quickly can't be real. I mean, it's a passing phenomena, yeah.
Feels more grounded.
Doesn't mean it doesn't feel intense. Yeah, yeah.
That movement to leave the body has been very strong.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, is we do carry information from past traumas, from ancestral traumas, from in the womb traumas. And it's like that's when we have another nervous system just present with us, then we can rest with it in ways that often is hard by ourselves. Something changes, it gets easier, and
What was that?
then something changes and it gets easier without any effort, without any doing whatsoever.
The habit is to do, to get rid of it. Yeah.
For sure. For most of us, it's like that. If I'm accurate, it's actually moving in quite a much more enjoyable way now.
Oh yeah, it's quite beautiful now.
That's far out.
Magical Isaac.
Far out, say that. Thanks for spending a little time with me and just.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cool. Sylvie.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi, Sylvie.
Hi.
So, do I need another light on? Maybe I'll do that. It's a bit more light. Anything that wants to be spoken?
No. What are you feeling? I'm always curious.
It's changing every instant, Sylvie. Thank you.
Thank you, Isaac.
Rebecca.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're perfect. That was a strong meeting last time with you. How did you fare after that?
I don't even know what to say. Um, um, Everything's just really blank right now.
Yes, that's totally fine. Don't have to fill that blankness with anything.
There's a lot of gratitude and awe. And, there's this sense of um, there's this sense of the mind wanting to ask you questions about the past, and then there's the emptiness coming in again. And I think I'd like to put my attention on the emptiness.
Yeah, that's wise.
And like the mind's like going, wow, I want to try and put this into words. And it just doesn't seem to be any way to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, people have been trying for thousands of years and nobody's really done a good job.
Oh my God, it's so hot. Yeah. And it's just like, and even the gratitude, just, I don't know, it's not even able to put that into words.
Yeah, it's just a fullness that overflows, and great fullness. It's a fullness that's just, yeah.
And it's like awe and humility and then it's kind of like the nervousness that feels like quite superficial, but still there.
And just allowing that, it's just like, in a sense, we could call it self-consciousness, just like that. Kind of that's a residue of our culture and how. It's just like joy bubbling, like stream of joy.
The cuckoo pose. And your screen is frozen. I don't know if mine is frozen.
Yeah, beautiful, Rebecca. Beautiful.
Are you able to hear me?
Is it?
We've
Yes,
had a
I
bit
can
of,
hear you.
oh, we've had a bit of a screen freeze and you're back.
No worries. Yeah, cool.
Okay. I'll let you give someone else now. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Rebecca. Yeah. Cheers. Thank you. Christopher. I see you, Christopher. Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I do.
Do you hear yourself?
Say again?
Do you hear yourself?
Yes. Not really. It's okay. Anything that comes to speak, Christopher? You don't have to make anything up, just if there's something.
There's this scared energy in the system, and identification in the start, and now it's just in the foreground. More. Yeah. And it goes back and forward to identified, the identification, and so this background, and in the background there's just peace. And joy. And energy wants to move, but it's like hitting the back. You can't move.
And after we've finished sitting together, maybe you can stand up and just move around a little bit and let your body just move spontaneously however it feels to.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Christopher. Eva.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi, Eva. The birds are really singing. Don't know if you can hear them. To me, it feels like as we're resting here, there's just a very gentle, natural exploring that's happening. It's sweet and lovely.
When you say that, I understand that what's happening in this system here is like there is like a big breathing together, breathing in and breathing out.
Yeah.
And in there are like little sensations and a flow of love. And that's what you mean.
Yeah. And it's like at first there's resting and then seeing how the system responds. If it feels safe, then it wants to. Then that flow starts spontaneously, it feels like to me. And then it's just like, in a way, it's always in some sense, wow, there's this beauty flowing, and then there's all our conditioning about what's right and good and allowed and all that stuff, so it's like it's just surfing that fine line in between there. Oh, feels pure and it feels good, and it's, yeah, in a way it's, it's like from a lifelong of being conditioned a certain way of how it is and what's allowed and it's finding its own truth, its own. Yeah. Authenticness, I could say, like that, something like that.
Yeah.
It's
but when
beautiful.
You say,
it's just,
when you say conditioning, then I can't put words on the conditioning or something. It's like just energy flowing, and there are places
for
where
sure.
there's
But
more stuckness and more tingling, or
exactly. But yeah, in the way I was raised, and I think the same. We weren't. It wasn't common for people to sit and just allow energy to flow like this.
Mm.
You know, maybe if you were married to someone or it was an affair or something, but, you know, publicly just to let love flow like this, it wasn't the norm in our culture, so to speak. So it's, and yet it's the most natural and it's the most beautiful. Yeah, so it's always this.
Yeah,
The
meeting
most
like
nurturing too.
yeah.
Yeah.
But when it is so natural and nurturing, why it is so why it is not common?
Oh, I mean, I think it's a, you know, we've grown up in a paradigm of a sense of separation, which is fear-based, and hasn't, you know, we weren't informed on how to meet each other's hearts gently with beauty and like respect and all that. It's in the world of duality, everybody's just an object to you, you know, supports you in what you think you want, or so it's never really about love. It's all about this other value system that seems to drop away when we really get quiet, and it's just love happening, flowing.
And I really want to assist. How do you say? Meeting like this in this environment is so easy. The invitation is so strong and it invites immediately to this love flow.
Yeah.
But in half an hour, I am in another environment, and there this invitation is not so strong.
Yeah, but then, in a way, you become the invitation. You know, like how I would word it, and just you can see if it resonates with your own knowing. Once we know this is a possibility, and how beautiful it is, and how effortless it is. It's not an effort. It's absolutely natural. It's the opposite of effort. In order to defend and, you know, play the social games, it requires effort. It's not natural. It's normal, but not natural. So, and you know, that's we watched our parents. That's how they related with their friends and other family and all that stuff. So we learned it in a way, you know, and then now we're seeing there's another possibility. And once you taste it, it becomes interesting to live like that, if it's possible, when it's possible.
Yeah, the interest is certainly there, but very often conditioning kicks in. And
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
and will it fall away from on its own one day?
I don't think there's anyone can say that. It's just like, you see some people, an interest comes to play music. Somebody will have a natural talent, and at 5 years old, they're already composing masterpieces. Other people will play music their whole lives and they'll enjoy it like crazy. But maybe it never comes to that same natural born capacity that someone else is just born with. So, but I don't think it matters. I think, if that interest to meet the moment as the beloved comes and it gets explored, it doesn't matter, it just does what it does as it does it.
Thank
When
you
it
for the
finds
invitation.
where it can flow beautifully, it loves it. Yeah. 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 Thank you. Beauty. Judith. And then Maria. Oh, I see a few hands. Okay. So Judith, Maria, and then we'll look again.
Hi, Isaac.
Hey, Judith.
There is here some fear to meet you because of the last time where my heart was not able to meet your heart. And we saw the little heart that doesn't feel safe. So now I needed some courage to come again. And I just like to see.
Yeah, and yet that courage is here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always a stance for.
Yeah. You are frozen a
between
bit at
this
the moment.
deep interest, and it's okay, yeah.
It feels like frozen again, Isaac. Yeah.
And for me, it's just one moment, it's like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you move
I'm not
again.
sure if there's anything else I can turn off. Let me see. On my end, other thing, if that makes a difference. That off. Close this. And see if that's any better. Oops. Sorry, I clicked the wrong one. Full screen and there's Judith again. Is that a bit better?
Yeah, the screen is not all the way clear, but
okay. Well, this is the best I can make it.
Yeah,
end.
so that's it.
Okay. Yeah. Anything comes to speak?
No, not really.
Thank you.
Thank you, Isaac.
Yeah. And Maria.
Thank you.
Hi, Maria.
This morning I'm so activated and then step out and the next activation.
What do you notice? How do you sense it? What's
There's sadness.
sadness?
And I feel the face is cramping.
Okay.
And I can see that most of the time the thoughts brings the activation.
The what?
The thoughts. The thoughts.
What? The hurt.
Thinking.
The thoughts. Okay. Thoughts.
Okay.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
And the terminal, I think it's a thema where to show me up, I have at the beginning the wish to meet you, and then I was too afraid to do it, and then I can feel the activation again, and I step out and again. This, yes.
So we just rest, Maria. No agenda, nothing. Just bathing in each other's energy, so to speak. Yeah, and then just seeing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like it.
Everything's welcome. Yeah. Everything's welcome.
For this moment, I want to close my eyes.
With pleasure. How is it now?
It get opener, wider, and it's the fear is gone. A little bit
Oh, fantastic.
here again, but
Yeah.
now is Unsicherheit. If I can stay longer, or it's enough.
Just when we rest together, do you have a feeling that I want anything from you?
No.
No. Okay, good. And then just, do you have a sense that something in you wants anything from me?
Maybe there's a little question.
Feel free.
I don't find the right words now.
No problem.
And perhaps it's not a question. When I there is the great I know I like these meetings. I like to be in this contact, and and since a small time there is the the question to myself, am I allowed to be like this all the time? In contact with all people, with the whole life, not only with people, with the whole life.
Yes. Yeah, and, that's a good question.
Yes. And there is also the sense that I'm not allowed to be. That's a pattern to distract myself in this, to say it's too much, it's not allowed, I have to be normal, all these things.
Yeah, I really understand, Maria. I mean, that's the conditioning, you know?
Yes.
And in my view, when I've been just feeling how your system is maturing and ripening, I see how much your system has given itself more permission to be in this love affair. But it's that old conditioning is, you know, it's been there for some years. It's yeah. So different layers of it you touch, and go slowly. It's okay. Take your time.
I think it's good to show this that I distract myself. Then for me it's getting easier to see the distraction as not real.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Maria. I'd like to just take a few moments just to be with everybody. Time-wise, next week, I'm not sure what time on the 4th hour. Our time changes, but in Europe, it'll be 1 hour later for you guys. I think for me, it stays the same time. Yeah.
Isaac, can I ask you a practical question? we changed already in summertime this weekend. So are you changing
Yes.
next week?
And-
Okay.
Yes. We change next week too. So
Okay. Yeah.
I think, Isaac, it's this Sunday that you changed the time.
what we decide.
I think
Say again?
I think it's this Sunday that News that is changing. Not next week. It's already this Sunday the change of time.
Yes.
Here. That's here.
For the people in Europe, it'll be 1 hour later.
Yeah, for this Sunday already. Mm.
Yeah. Okay.
That's interesting, Isaac, because you started an hour earlier than the usual for me in Perth. So I need to look that up again.
Yes, this week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Today. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different time zones we're all in. So, yeah. Yeah, thank you all for showing up. Thanks for hosting, Sylvie. Love to all. Peace to all.
Love to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shiva 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 Shambho, Shiva 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 Shambho, Shiva 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 Shambho, Shiva 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 Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Jaya Jaya Shiva Shambho, Jaya Jaya Shiva Shambho, Jaya Jaya Shiva Shambho, Jaya Jaya Shiva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Jaya Jaya Shiva Shambho, Jaya Jaya Shiva Shambho, Jaya Jaya Shiva Shambho, Jaya Jaya Shiva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Jaya Jaya Shiva Shambho, Jaya Jaya Shiva Shambho, Jaya Jaya Shiva Shambho, Jaya Jaya Shiva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Shiva 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 Shambho, Shiva 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 Shambho, Shiva 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 Shambho, Shiva 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 Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Jaya Jaya Shiva Shambho, Shiva Shambho. Jaya Jaya Shiva Shambho. Jaya Jaya Shiva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho. Jaya Jaya Shiva Shambho. Jaya Jaya Shiva Shambho. Jaya Jaya Shiva Shambho. Jaya Jaya Shiva Shambho.